Alright, may the Most High bless you all. Just want to come on here and share some information so that we can be aware of some of Satan's strategies. Now, when we are serving and sharing Christ, the enemy will be carefully planning his next and most effective attack on our lives. He does not sit idly, hoping that we will fall into temptation by chance. He calculates the conditions of the battle. He carefully works out the timing of his ambush. To help us prepare our hearts, the Bible outlines for us 5 of Satan's opportune times for attack. Now, number 1, this is a time we feel least dependent on God, when we feel least in Him, when we feel least in need of Him. We risk losing sight of how His blessings gave us the victory. Right before we experience some of the greatest blessings of our lives, Satan works overtime to derail our trains of blessing immediately before they get to the station. When we are emotionally, mentally, and physically drained, lack of sleep, long hours of work, and mental stress can make us too tired to stand against temptation. Number 4, when we are waiting for the Lord. Waiting is hard for everyone. Waiting on the Lord's mysterious but perfect timing can be the hardest, since His ways are higher than ours. Satan knows this and will tempt us to take the shortcut, causing us to lose out on God's answer to our prayers. Number 5, when we are in God's house, the house of God, our hearts are open to the Word of God and His teaching. But when our hearts are open to God, they are also vulnerable to other influences, even attack. We must guard our hearts with vigilance against temptation during Satan's opportune times. Satan's strategy is not new. From the beginning of time until now, he has tempted man at the same times in the same ways. However, God has promised that He will provide a way out so we can stand up to temptation. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. Be aware of Satan's opportune times and look for the way out. Alright, so I want to share some scriptures. Ephesians 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. Alright, so with that said, I hope it